big.
January mood. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to the year 2024. I feel like 2023 was a great year for me in terms of this community we have over here. I feel like I really got into my flow. I feel like I was being consistent with the once a week video uploads, and I felt like I was kind of getting my rhythm into it all. So I had a lovely, I think like 3-week break from doing any kind of social media, definitely YouTube, and it was just great to kind of sit back and relax. I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas and a very happy new year. I feel like saying happy new year to you guys, all of you who's at home watching this video. It feels kind of weird still saying that because we are like, what is it today, the 10th of Jan? So yeah, we are definitely into the thick of it. But I didn't want to miss the opportunity to say happy new year to you all. But I really hope you guys had a great time relaxing, being with friends and family, or just taking that time for yourself and trying to decompress. I know the last week it took me ages to get into the flow of working again, because to be honest, it was pretty like full on November, December, and then Christmas was pretty full on as well because I went home from Scotland. I've actually approached January much slower than I usually would this time of year. I feel like everyone's doing the same way. I feel like everyone's jumped on this notion, which I love, that let's just relax with January. Let's just relax. But I wanted to come in with this video because it's a video that I enjoy watching every year, and it's one that I've seen other creators doing, and I just wanted to see if you guys would like it. So I thought this video would be a really good one where we can just sit down, have a chat, got my coffee with me, and talk through the goals for 2024. Compress it all into one video so that it's not like a two-parter, because nobody likes a two-parter. I know. Just start the year right, because I absolutely love a good organization and a good plan. And I feel like I come from quite a corporate background in the sense that where I used to work in my previous career, it was very 9 to 5, more like 9 to 7 to be honest, and it was very rigid, and we had like very, how do I say, red tape processes. So I kind of feel like I need a goal, I need processes in place to kind of keep me along, otherwise I am just a little bit swimming in the dark. But I will preface and say that this isn't for everyone. If you don't do vision boards and you don't do goal planning and you just want to chill, by all means, live your truth. I love that for you. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is kind of like goal culture, I guess. Now, the idea of a goal is, I think people split it off between 3 different categories, don't they? They do career, personal, and what is it? Career, personal, maybe it's just 2, career and personal. What I've seen going around though is career, personal, and then almost like a wish list, like more like materialistic things that they are working towards. But I feel like the whole idea is to make sure that these are small, achievable goals that can be measured. So I know a lot of people like to put kind of numbers in place, like for instance with my Instagram, let me see what I'm on. With Instagram, I think I'm on 82,000, 82.9 thousand of you all there, and I feel like one of my goals at the end of the year is to hit 95,000, which would be unreal. And that is kind of a measurable goal with a number at the end of it, and that way it's just a lot more trackable. So when you get to the summer, you can see where you are and you're like, right, how am I along my timeline, and if I need to adjust. Because I think the whole idea with goals is, I think a lot of people get the fear because you feel like if you put pen to paper, that is your goal and you need to stick by it. But I feel like goals can be flexible. Some goals you're no longer interested anymore, some of them you've ticked early off, or you want to just pivot in a slightly different direction with your goal. So I feel like that's super important to keep in mind as well, that even though you're putting these goals in place, they're reworkable. You can move them around, they're very flexible. So feel free to pin down how you're feeling just now with what you're looking for. The second one with the whole idea with goal culture is that not everyone wants to do a million goals, put them all down, very unrealistic, or you know, you type into Google best goals for 2024 and you pick out goals that aren't personal for you. And I feel like with goals, I would say limit them. Just pick the goals that are personal and right for you. You might not care about drinking loads of water. That doesn't have to be your personal goal. I think take a moment to step back, reflect, look at the past year. I like to go on my phone and have a look at all the photos that I've taken, the places that I've been, conversations I've had, and really think about good times as well as not so good times, and figure out in my day-to-day life what it is that I want to improve on, what do I want to take power back in, and what I think would be a good habit to instill to kind of make my day-to-day easier, and so that I can achieve the goals that I want to achieve. But by all means, please do not get pressured by this feeling of having to do so much. I feel like in January, usually the sense is full steam ahead, go, 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 and you're doing a million different goals, and within like 2 weeks, you've given up and you're like, I hate January, I'm bored and I'm broke and I've ruined all my goals already. And it can be quite a defeatist month, especially with the weather being so gloomy as it is. A little bit slower, let's ease in with some gentle goals that we're thinking about, with no pressure as to when to start these goals. This is just all about setting the intention, giving us a bit of a clear pathway, but by all means, we don't have to go 100 miles an hour. I think a coffee break is a little bit in order here. I'm gonna get personal on this video because I am gonna share the goals that I want to do. I thought I would share with you kind of my goals for the year. Now, I do make a vision board. I've got it on my phone, and I make a vision board every year to help me visually manifest the pieces and goals and dreams that I want to achieve that year, if not that year, the year next. And I keep this locked in my phone, and I keep it on the desktop of my computer as well. Just that way, every day I see it and I'm reminded by the dreams and the goals that I want. I never used to do a vision board at all, and I feel like the first year I did it was in 2021 and it was incredible, and then I did it again in 2022. Amazing. And then I didn't get the time to do it last year because last year was the year of hectic busyness, and I truly feel like that made such a huge difference. I did not reach, I'll be honest, I did not reach half of the goals that I was meant to last year. Loads of things happened and loads of good things happened, but there was a few goals that I didn't tick off, while all of my other vision boards, every single piece was ticked off. So I feel like that's a really good example for me personally, having something visual to look by. So your vision board, I've done mine, it looks a little bit like this, and it's just lots of images that kind of catch your eye. I try and do mine based on gut feeling, so I'll go on Pinterest and I already know the kind of goals that I'm looking for, which I'll explain, so I'll type them in, and any of the pictures that kind of you feel drawn to, I save them down. And once I've saved them down, I will then keep them and I'll create a board on Canva. Canva is such a good website for creating all different types of creative formats, Instagram stories, everything, but it's really good at creating just like a vision board. Now, what I've put in here is super personal, but one of my biggest goals this year obviously is to have a very happy, lovely wedding where everything that I've ever wanted and planned and dreamed of in this wedding comes true. I put so much time and effort into this wedding, unbelievable. Like, I now understand why brides are so stressed, and I just want every single piece of that to come into fruition, and I just want to have the most amazing, special day. So that is on my vision board, obviously. And along with that, I've also put a honeymoon. We have not thought about a honeymoon, we've not put any kind of ideas into it. The most that we've said is that we want to go on one. So for me, 2024 is all about planning that honeymoon, and I want to make sure, again, that one, we can afford it financially, two, we want to go on the honeymoon of our dreams, and we want to have it planned and seamless. So that is the aim once the wedding's done. So that is on my vision board. And then I've got other numbers like like I said, I'd want to keep things a little bit more quantifiable. So on TikTok, I want to reach 85,000 followers. On Instagram, I want to reach 95,000 followers. YouTube, I'd be happy with 10. Nutrition is a huge one for me this year. I feel like, and I think a lot of you people can relate back home, last year was hectic, it was crazy, it was so busy, and I really put my work first and the wedding planning first, and I feel like everything else kind of fell to the side. Especially with meals, like I would be having coffees instead of like actually planning a lunch. We were doing Deliveroo, Uber Eats, lots, and it's just not put my skin in a good place, it's not put my fitness in a good place, my body in a good, my mind. I was just feeling very like all over the place. So nutrition for me is going to be a huge focus, especially in terms of I want to treat it like a hobby. I want to get joy from it. I want to think about what is going to look after my body. Like, I'm not going to look at weight, I'm not going to look at numbers for this. It is purely just making sure I have 3 whole food meals a day. Coffee break once more. Really want to create a cozy, comforting environment. I'm really into my interiors and I just want to build on that passion of mine as well. And I'm going to start with the kitchen. So I've got a lot of kitchen imagery in here as well because I really want to get that to the place that I'd love it. Because I feel like if it's a place I want to be in, it's going to help with my nutrition and everything. So everything's kind of linked. So that's my vision board just now, and it probably will change throughout the year, because there's obviously more, you have more of a materialistic approach as well, you know, where you're like, I'd love the Chanel ballet flats, the nude ones, but I feel like that's kind of different than a vision board, if that makes sense. That's more of like my wish list. Next up, I want to talk about ins and outs. I feel like this is such a fun trend that's been going around on social media, and I feel like it's actually what has helped me define my goals for 24. So I've made 2 little templates. I'll pop them up on the screen so you guys can see. So I'll run it through. My 2024 in list is morning routines and evening routines. This year, I want to pin down the perfect morning routine and the perfect evening routine. I've been implementing it slowly. I'm not rushing in because I want to do a lot of trial and error, and I just don't want to watch someone's morning routine and be like, that's perfect for me. The next one is reading for fun, and I feel like this is a continuation from last year. I love fiction. Fiction's my favorite, especially fantasy and sci-fi. So I've been reading lots of like A Court of Thorns and Roses, for instance. I love that. So I want to continue reading for fun and not feeling pressured to just read non-fiction. I want to read fun, and I want to have that place as my escapism and to kind of get me off my phone and like doom scrolling. Okay, the camera cut out, so if anything's changed, angles, whatever, lighting, that is why I had to put it on battery. I had to put the battery on charge, sorry. Where were we? Reading for fun, done. Nutrition, we've talked over. I want to get my nutrition right, back on track, just trying to be less focused on the numbers and focus on what it is I'm putting in my body, actual whole foods. Cooking a bit more. I really want to get into my cooking era. Wife era is definitely in, mostly because I'm getting married this year and I'm really excited about it, and I am trying to just embrace all of it. I'm gonna have a huge creative year. That's what I'm saying to myself. Creating is in, and that is going to be across YouTube, film photography, Instagram, makeup reels, you name it. This year is going to be the year of creation. I can really feel it, and I'm so excited for this year in terms of the content and everything I'm going to give to you guys. I'm so excited. And lastly, saying no more. And I did a question box over on Instagram and asked a lot of you what your kind of goals are, mostly to inspire me and also just to see where you guys are all at. And so many people said to stop people pleasing and to say no more, and I absolutely hear you are. I am the same. I have this horrible habit of saying yes to things because I don't want to let people down, and then backing out closer to the time, which is terrible. But it's something I've always done because I've just said yes instead of just saying no initially. So I feel like saying no more is going to be a huge one for this year, and I don't want to feel guilty for saying no. So set your boundaries, protect your peace, and if you are similar to me, then feel free to say no more. Outs list. For my 2004 out list, 2024 out list. Coffee as meals. We've talked about this. I know some of you guys do it at home as well. It's all too easy, isn't it, to just be stressed and have a coffee because it gives you that instant energy boost. But I want to plan my meals more like we've talked about. Coffee as meals is out. Comparison. I feel like we all fall victim to this, don't we? It's when you're doom scrolling, especially with the career that I'm in, I can't help. But sometimes if I haven't got the intention right when I go on social media, whether that's for inspiration or I want to catch up with people, I just find myself doom scrolling and comparing my life to others. And that little window is not good for your mental health. So I'm going to stop comparing my content to other people because I feel like that can really block you as well as a creator. Late nights. Gonna leave it there. Late nights. That goes in with my nighttime routine. I need to fix that. Planning last minute. This is a big one for me. This is such a big one for me. I am so last minute Sally. I'm so unorganized. You'll see a lot of my ins and outs tied with my overarching goals because I do plan everything last minute. Say I've got a photo shoot the next day, I will plan my outfits the night before at like 7 p.m. and I don't want to be doing that anymore. That is stressful. Bad posture. Starting from now, my posture is terrible. I call what I've got the millennial hump. I feel like because I'm on my phone, I'm like this all the time. I need to try and work on my posture immediately because I do not want to be complaining with back pain and kind of creating that hump at the back of my neck. I feel like I'm getting that already, and that is just bad posture. So I need to sort that out. Tools to help you get to this point. So you've done your ins and outs, you've done your vision board. I like to do a mix of paper as well as digital. So I thought I'd show you a couple of things I have here. Now I picked up this book because I've never read it before. It is Manifest by Roxy Nafusi, and so many girls in my industry, so much of my friends, so much of my peers have recommended this book to me and have said it's amazing. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out and reading this. It says 7 steps to living your best life. Are you ready to unlock the magic of manifestation and unleash your limitless potential? So I feel like I practice manifestation in my everyday life anyway, but I feel like it's always good to have a bit of a refresh. Like I read The Secret a couple of years ago and I feel like that really helped me. But I'm looking forward to reading this book as well, and I feel like there's so much useful tools in here too. So I cannot wait to read this year. I'm going to pop this by my bed so I can either read it in the morning or read it in the evening. Just a couple of pages just to kind of help refresh the tools that you're going to be using. So would highly recommend. And I also have 2 journals here. This one is beautiful. It's this gorgeous red kind of mulberry color, and it's from Smythson, which is so lovely, and it's gold foiled. I feel like I really want to invest in once a year a really beautiful notebook, and I'm gonna pop this in, and it's, look how gorgeous this is. I mean, come on. This is gonna be my yearly kind of planner, my thoughts, my feelings, my to-do list, my weekly planner. I'm just going to use this as a bit of a brain task dump. This is going to be where I put pen to paper. So love this notebook. And then this one I actually got on a brand trip, and it is from the brand Lumine, and it's a beautiful linen notebook. And it's got a pencil with a rubber, and I feel like this one's gonna be really good for content ideas for me. So this is gonna be where I just brainstorm and just go into the paper and write all of my content ideas, and I can kind of rub out the ones that I don't like. But I really love the idea of having pencils so that it doesn't feel permanent when it comes to my content ideas. So my content ideas live here, and I'm going to put my day-to-day managing of my tasks in my Smythson book as well. And I also always use, do not feel like you have to have all these things. I use my notes on my phone so much. I'm always creating lists of my dinners, my meal plans, wedding notes. I've got my packing list in here. I've got my to-do list in here. I've got like a rough draft of my morning routine. I've got some hen party looks planned in here. I mean, the list goes on and on. My notes on my phone are always jam-packed and full. So don't feel like you need to have a journal. The notes on your phone is amazing. Let me know below what kind of goals you have this year, if you're setting any, if you're not. I want to know your thoughts and feelings around goal planning around January. If you're taking January very slow, I know a lot of people are gonna just kind of embrace the coziness, which I love as well. I'm gonna do a mix. I'm gonna embrace the coziness, keep it slow, but I need some kind of direction so I can get prepared for February and everything. But I'm so excited. I've got loads of good video ideas in the making, and I cannot wait to kind of really get this channel up and running for 2024. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd absolutely love it. It helps me out so much, and I hope you guys have the most amazing restful week.